Unreal Elvis voice returns. Exploding head Filipino teen shocks the world on IGT 2025. The auditorium lights dimmed, and the crowd hushed in anticipation. Among them, Simon Cowell leaned forward, his usual stoic expression betraying a hint of curiosity. The judges had seen hundreds of performers, yet there was something in the air tonight that felt different, electric, almost magical. Backstage, a 16-year-old Filipino teen named Miguel adjusted the vintage microphone, his hands trembling. He had spent years practicing in the shadows of his small Manila neighborhood, singing not for applause or fame, but for moments when his music could lift the spirits of those around him. Miguel's story wasn't one of privilege. He lived in a cramped apartment with his mother, who worked long shifts as a nurse, and his younger sister, who often needed tutoring he couldn't always afford. Every day after school, he delivered groceries and ran errands for elderly neighbors, humming old Elvis records as he walked the streets. Music had always been his escape, his way of expressing the emotions he couldn't put into words. Yet, he had never imagined stepping onto a stage as grand as the one tonight. As the announcer called his name, Miguel's heart pounded. The spotlight hit him, and the audience leaned in, eager for what they assumed would be another amateur performance. But Miguel didn't see them. He closed his eyes, letting memories guide his voice, the way his mother hummed lullabies after exhausting shifts, the way his sister laughed when he sang silly songs in the kitchen, the encouragement of neighbors who had believed in him when he doubted himself. With the first note, a trembling, tender sound filled the room. And then, he let go. The transformation was instantaneous. The voice that poured from Miguel's lips was nothing short of unreal. It carried the raw, timeless essence of Elvis Presley, yet it was uniquely his own, vibrant, alive, and filled with emotion that pierced every heart in the room. The audience froze, mid-breath, as the music enveloped them. Tears glistened in Simon's eyes, a rare crack in his usually impenetrable armor. Judges whispered to each other, their skepticism replaced by astonishment. Social media erupted in real time, viewers around the globe stopping in their tracks, captivated by the sound of a boy who seemed to channel history while creating something new. But Miguel's performance wasn't about him. He thought of Mr. Santos, the elderly man down the street who had shared stories of his youth during World War II, of Rosa, the single mother working 3 jobs to feed her children, of his sister's bright smile after he sang her to sleep countless times. Every note was a tribute, a thank you, a promise that kindness and music could transcend hardships. His voice carried not just melody, but hope. Midway through the song, an unexpected moment brought the entire hall to tears. Miguel faltered slightly, a note wavering. But instead of fear, he felt connection. A young girl in the front row had dropped her mother's hand, overwhelmed by emotion. Miguel's gaze met hers, and he smiled gently, letting the warmth of that tiny exchange guide him. The imperfection became perfect. He continued, every word and every note infused with sincerity, until the final chord echoed like a heartbeat through the auditorium. Silence followed, then thunderous applause that shook the walls. Simon Cowell leapt from his seat, standing in awe. "I've never heard anything like that," he said, his voice breaking. The other judges, too, were on their feet, tears streaming, unable to contain their amazement. But the most profound moment wasn't the recognition, it was the realization that Miguel's gift had touched something deeper in everyone present, the understanding that talent combined with a selfless heart could create genuine change. After the show, Miguel returned home to Manila, not as a star, but as a reminder of humanity's capacity for love and generosity. Messages from around the world poured in, many from people inspired to help others, volunteer, or simply smile more. Miguel used part of the prize to fund music lessons for children in his neighborhood, ensuring that others, too, had the chance to find joy and solace through song. He understood that true success wasn't measured by applause, but by the lives one could touch along the way. Years later, people would still speak of the night the unreal Elvis voice returned, not just because of the technical brilliance, but because a young boy reminded the world that kindness amplifies talent, that generosity resonates louder than fame, and that hope can be sung into existence. Miguel never forgot the trembling hands, the quiet neighborhoods, or the people who lifted him up when the world seemed overwhelming. And in every performance, he continued to sing not for himself, but for the countless hearts waiting to believe, to feel, and to hope. In the end, the story of Miguel, the Filipino teen with the voice of a legend, became more than a viral sensation. It became a testament to the enduring power of human connection, compassion, and the belief that one small voice, carried with love, can truly change the world.